Folks, we are rolling right into episode 4 of the One Piece. So last episode, real quick, Ingram, aka Mr. 8. I double checked and remembered some things from what initially happened.
You froze.
Oh, I froze
You
now?
froze.
Oh,
Yes.
oh my god, what is going on? All right, hold on. Yeah, there's been some technical difficulties. For some reason, Netflix is not even like registering that I'm in the US, even though I am, like, legitimately. But all right, I'll edit that out later. But for those of you on Patreon, I got to see that. But yeah, so episode 3 of the One Piece live action, when I was just like how Mr. 8 got blown up to bits and whatnot, and I was just like, damn, that was brutal, way more brutal than the manga. I also didn't remember, but he's actually alive in the manga even during these points, so he's actually dead in the live action. Yeah, so that is a very big, like, that's amongst the big changes so far. Like they actually packed this man up, and I mean, right? I mean, I find it hard to believe he survived that, but we'll see what happens towards the end of it right now. But yeah, the fact that the live action isn't afraid to kill off characters, and they're not afraid to show off characters that won't be coming for several seasons and whatnot, it's pretty interesting. But it all got the blessing of Oda. So that's how we got to treat it with this adaptation too. But with that said, let's transition over and see exactly what we got in store for us for this episode of the One Piece. Oh man. That's right. Daddy Robin. I mean, Miss All Sunday.
Who's Miss All Sunday?
She's Berwick's second in command. She's vicious.
Oh man.
Yeah.
To kill you, you'd already be dead.
All right, it's Batty o'clock.
I was a Princess Vivi today.
And it's settled. You gonna be coming with us?
Keep it in your pants. She's the enemy.
Sounds like a trap.
What do you say?
I love you.
I won't offer twice.
Ooh. Well, okay. Bro, come on. I'm sure there's like 10 of those in the world.
How tragic.
Could have just gave it back to her.
When you
Like,
take the
truly.
fugitive princess on board, you would have talked.
Boom, 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 boom.
What just
Are
happened?
we gonna see the giant in this episode?
Received a mysterious
You don't know. You haven't seen it yet.
Strength.
You haven't. I mean, you've seen it, but you haven't seen it
If
yet.
Mr. Sunday knows where we are, then it's only a matter of time before.
I did.
This man, bro.
I would never lie
Jesus.
to you.
Don't lie to the lady.
I will forever be grateful.
Oh man.
wait to see what you have in store for us!
Well.
The island heard me!
Whoa.
It sounds
Yeah.
like dinner!
He's just like me for real.
Oh. Like kicking it to death. Come on, everyone!
Evie,
Look at that man's tight little booty. Sorry. It was in frame.
Let's go!
Luffy not running. Crazy.
This way.
Also, remember, he's a real human, so he has to be careful with the running. Cartoons can run willy-nilly.
Spitting up.
He could fall and hurt himself. Oh, God. Like, be for real.
Yeah.
he actually.
The flower design is crazy.
Mhm.
I actually don't know how to put it into words, but when you see it, you see it.
Gay.
Ow!
You gotta try some of these.
Are you? Keep Luffy out of trouble.
I wonder what's this way.
Good luck. Well, good luck with that, right? Unhinged.
You sure those are edible?
He makes me so happy. All that wonder and look and think, seeing, like.
Whoa. This?
No, Lucy. I've definitely never seen anything like this.
Nope, get me out of there. Nope, I'd leave. Nope.
Historic.
I mean, that's great. It's beautiful, lovely. Get me out of there. Be like, nope, can't do it.
The Grand Line is so difficult that I bet this has stayed untouched for thousands of years.
All the long
Since the
necks.
age of
I want to ride.
Is a virtue that you lack.
Yeah. How much finesse
I
did it
will
take to
say-
tie up in Whiskey Peak, huh?
I was about to escape.
Characters like Zoro
Why don't you stick to bacon?
do annoy the
You know,
fuck out of
baking
me.
and cooking are entirely different culinary disciplines with distinctive techniques.
Yep, Zoro and Sanji, a match made in heaven. Arguments
already?
lasting
What
for
happened? Usopp?
decades.
What are you doing?
Just polishing the rig.
Kill me if I'm already dead.
Bro. It's a giant. All right, sir. Okay, sir. That's a bit much. A bit much.
This man.
See, I really don't.
No, you really do.
It's okay. I got you.
All right, Big Papa. Okay, Big
You,
Papa.
huh?
How can you enjoy this?
Look at his little face. I trust it too.
You smell that?
Smell what?
Food. Dino! That way!
No!
What do you mean
Oh my
no?
god. Oh my god.
Nah, you gotta pack that shit up.
There's dinosaurs on this island.
One less now.
Ooh, this thing could feed a village. I've never cooked a dinosaur before.
I've never killed one before. Big day for both of us.
You
These
didn't
dudes,
kill
bro.
anything, okay? I killed this dinosaur.
Incredible axe you have.
Not the voice.
This man. This man. This
Against the
man.
mole monster.
Just gotta laugh at this man, bro.
How did you defeat this beast?
Well, the creature was scared, naturally, so it fled underground. But that didn't stop Captain Usopp. I tore through Earth until I caught the creature.
Ugh.
Come here!
This man.
When the dust settled, there wasn't a structure left standing.
It's the squinting of the eyes
Yeah.
that's doing it for me.
Lord of Destruction!
The Lord of Destruction. Yes.
Must be
Have you for lunch. Have lunch with you.
you for lunch.
Yeah.
I hear it now. My apologies. Allow me, strongest warrior.
Elbath. Yep.
I'm Nami.
Pleased to meet you both.
Not the wrist face. he's, he's like, yeah, yo, you already know.
Hurry up.
Oh my god.
Welcome to help.
This man, son, Usopp, Captain Cap, bro.
This whole time, like, I'm wondering why I find him like so swaggy. Besides the fact that he is extra swaggy, but he was on Batwoman, and I'm like, I know that face.
My porcelain skin.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Played Luke Fox on Batwoman. Yeah.
Yep, I just saw the syncing. Technical difficulties, folks. Hold on.
Hey! I said some!
Very tiny, but very tasty. I didn't even know what it was.
It's called beef bourguignon. One of our chef's specialties.
Compliments to your chef.
Yo, the laugh.
Hold up! Are you a pirate?
Oh shit! The statues. Wait a minute.
Before the Winter Solstice Festival, which pays gratitude to the sun god.
That's right.
I ate a whole
They're mentioning it
table
now.
Sounds like someone else I know.
Go back, like.
It's a beautiful
emotional.
island with steep mountains and a massive
Kind of crazy because
tree
that's
at
where the
center.
current arc is at.
And brave warriors.
A volcano? Are we in danger?
Oh, no, not at all. Well, time to go fight to the death. In a draw.
That's a lot of fighting.
74,000 years they've been on that island.
100 years.
Over 100.
100 years.
How old are you?
We giants.
Come on!
His little face. He's like, oh my god, this is so cool.
To see two giants.
Seem to have adventures like this.
Yes, we did.
I know you ate the ones, Usopp.
Boning knife.
You're literally like 5 years old.
Boning knife.
Hey, what's your problem?
Yeah.
Boning.
Not my small friend.
Nami said,
Just the favor of the gods.
Nami! What's up?
Ah, more tiny folk. Hello.
Hello, other giants! What are you guys doing here? We made a
Kill,
giant
kill,
too.
kill,
Isn't this
kill,
place
kill.
great? No, I was just telling Nami. Right! Giant!
Sorry.
yes, embrace.
My friend.
Bro.
Yep. Let's party.
Oh man.
That's crazy because they're just straight up drinking splinters.
We stand on sun god Nika smile down with pleasure
Oh,
watching witnesses
yeah.
and grant us a place
Yeah.
in the great hall of heroes. Scar!
The foreshadowing.
Let's
Yep. 100 million berries each. Yeah, and I mean they are getting after it.
Let's go! Put him in a stew!
Put him in a stew.
Strong.
Damn.
I put earwax in his beard.
I got it.
Oh, okay, just make sure.
no. Gay.
Oh man.
The swaggy motherfucker. Jesus Christ.
Really came through with the surprise, motherfucker.
Now your home will be empty forever, and make them pay.
Such anguish. Such beautiful suffering.
Yep. Yep. Episode 4 in the books for the One Piece. Sue, how are you feeling after that roller coaster?
So, it's funny because some of the clips you showed me, I know who the sun god is to the Giants. Like you said, it's where we're at right now. So, like,
Yeah.
now it's one of those things where I was just like, oh, I know what they're talking about. I do see the foreshadowing. I think that's like really cool. I don't know in obviously again, just to reiterate, I'm live action series only so far. So I don't know how far back that they start dropping hints about Nika Nika and the sun god and what's destined to happen. I don't know when the first name drop of that. But I like that, we're two seasons and we're only episode 4 and they're really dropping hints early, right? Especially like when we discussed in episode 3 before we started recording, I think episode 2, we were talking about how fast they're gonna run through plots
Yeah.
because it is a live action. And again, just to reiterate, understanding that when it comes to anime, and those are 15 to 20-minute episodes, when it comes to a manga, you're drawing way more than you're, allowing actors to, walk around or express. So things take longer,
Yeah.
things take up more time, more space. With an anime, it's like, well, since animation takes so long to produce, they're only producing 15 minutes at a time and a lot of it is higher forms of expression to get the story across, whereas this again it's just like, okay, we can walk, we can have two simultaneous things going on at the same time for an long episode. So what would be 4 to 6 episodes of an anime season is one episode of a live action.
Yeah.
But then also real understanding how long shows like this get produced, how long their shows just in general now take to get produced and worked out. Um, and we talked about aging of the actors and people coming in and out, and the possibility of some of them might wanting to move on with their careers and things like that. So when it comes to something like this, you kind of have to drop hints early. You have to start foreshadowing. You have to start showing people that maybe necessarily in the anime and the manga don't show up until season 4, right? This we don't have time to do that. We have to do it now. Um, just to condense the story but make the world build a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I personally like that. I from understanding the pacing of One Piece and just how long it's gone on, and you're telling me that the very first season of One Piece only just ended, like, yeah, we kind of, in this medium, kind of gotta move things along. And I know a lot of One Piece fans will also mention if things get cut or things get moved around, but we'll see, what happens and how many seasons Netflix actually wants to produce. Um, yeah, so I personally like that we're getting all these characters and all these story beats now in preparation for what comes later. Yeah, I just like that. Like I said, I watch a lot of live action stuff and uh when it comes to page to screen adaptations, something as expansive as this, it's like how I feel about comic book stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Something as expansive as this works better in a TV format, a live action format, or animation format. I don't think everything needs to be a movie, unless it's like an event. Um, like I'm a fan of the Arrowverse, with variant knowledge of the characters depicted in CW's Arrowverse, right? And their stories and threads, but also understanding too that like with the MCU and Fox X-Men, it really is its own universe, and we're just gonna thread certain things and not make it necessarily a true adaptation. But, you know, we're gonna name drop this here, we're gonna name drop there, but also, you know, a lot of those stories, let's say like Supergirl, have been around, uh, you know, decades longer than One Piece, right? So
Yeah.
it's like, well, how do we fit 40 years of storytelling into 6 seasons of a show? What do we pick and choose for this kind of thing? So yeah, I think that's, you know, that's the one plus about this, right? With One Piece, it's what, 10 years, 15 years this show.
Almost 20 past. Hold on, let me double check. How many years? Let's see. 1990, 28 years, almost 30.
All right. So,
Yeah.
but with one writer and,
Yeah,
you
same
know,
writer. Yeah.
and so it's a little easier to streamline. Yeah, so I like that. And, you know, it also helps that you've shown me a few things, so it gets me excited for how they're going to depict certain characters that I've now become a fan of and certain plot points that I've become a fan of. Now for the episode itself, I thought this was great. Like everything that's getting talked about in this episode are things I hold so true and near and dear to my heart. Luffy's absolute wonderment of the entire world around him is it means so much to me. I love people like that and I love characters like that. I try to sprinkle a little bit of that in myself. I'm always wondered and amazed by things I've never seen, and I'm always trying to go out and look, uh, you know, for new things, new adventures, new experiences, new ways of thinking. And I think it's just amazing that they're really doubling down on his wonderment of the world and getting to explore in this way, and how the rest of the team is also learning that too. I love the conversation about the Giants and their home and how much it means to them and their society. So now we're also learning about different cultures and how different cultures work and where we meet on random occasions. Like life just brings us together, and it's a way to expand our minds and our knowledge and our souls.
Yeah.
And I think that's just so beautiful. And even in understanding like these two gentlemen, that like even though they've been fighting for 100 years, like Usopp absolutely getting it. Like it's not about what started the fight. It's about respect and honor and cherishing what our culture is, since we're so far away from home. And I think that's just like really beautiful. And I love that Usopp is taking inspiration from watching two warriors meet in battle with a handshake and a smile and respect, and understanding that that's part of what life is. It's okay to like, I think, you know, with Smoker commenting on Luffy laughing in the face of death, and tying it to this, it's like it's not necessarily laughing, and it's about willing to face it, knowing that this life is finite.
Yeah.
Um, and death could come for any of us at any time. And like Usopp, I understand, you know, to be scared, you want to live as long as you can, especially for where he started, right? You know, and trying to find a safety in that. Um, yeah, but coming to terms with, you know, it doesn't matter if you fear death or not. It's all about just coming to an understanding and agreement that it does come for all of us. And I think that that's what that head nod from Brogy was like this is my time. This
Yeah.
is this is this is how it goes, and I'm gonna see this battle through. And that really touched my heart. Yeah, I love that the Giants are so sweet and so nice, because again, it's like it's about perception, right? You see these giants and they're big and scary and they're unknown, and the things you hear and the growls and, you know, rustles that you hear in the jungle, and you see them and you're just like, I meant to fear for my life, but they're just like, yo, bro,
Yeah.
I'm just trying to live. I'm just trying to live. And what you should really fear is people your size and the people who are after you. That's who you need to worry about. I also really appreciate that, like, that's important too. It's going back to what we were discussing about how not all pirates are bad and not all, not all pirates, like, there are good and bad pirates. It's all about
Yeah.
perception. Um, and I think that's a very important theme in the series. Um, and I really, again, like that they're doubling down on that. I have to shout out to the name of the episode, Big Trouble in Little Garden, is a reference on Big Trouble in Little China, which is one of my favorite uh movies, Kurt Russell movies. I love that movie. Kim Cattrall is good. That's an excellent 80s fantasy movie that's just like what the fuck is going on, but like fucking yeah, I love it. I'm a pop culture nerd, so picking up stuff like that is, pretty commonplace for me, but that just means that the people who are really working on this are, riffing on things that not only encompass One Piece but also encompass other forms of media. Um yeah, I really, really like this episode. I love again the introduction of more Baroque's works. I liked Miss All Sunday warning them like, "Hey, bro, go right ahead. It's all good." But then really putting boots to ass, like, "Yeah, if I wanted to kill you, you'd already be dead." Like, and again, Luffy crushing the eternal log post. I'm just like,
Yeah.
dude, you could have just handed that back to her.
That's not
I
Luffy
just handed that
style.
back to her. Just that. Yeah, I love too that Luffy's infectious nature and just getting to know someone like that in all our lives can really change our perspective on how we go about in the world and how we see ourselves and the people around us. I love characters like that. I try to be someone like that. Like, how can I be a good vibe and a smile for you? How can I make you see that there's more out there in the world than just what's holding you back or keeping you down?
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I try to live my life the Luffy way. It's not always easy. When you're a fictional character, it's a little easier. Even though I know like Luffy goes through the traumas later. Luffy's already been
Hmm.
through the traumas, but I know he goes through more of the traumas later. Um, and yeah, I just really, really appreciate that. And I just have to say again, it does get very hard watching Zoro in any situation because characters like that really fucking get on my nerves. Like, we get it, you're tough. Shut up. Like, shut up. Shut up. Sorry. That's just why I stay away from a lot of shonen media. Just like I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. You're such a bad boy. Shut up. Just show your little booty. Do your little sword tricks. No more of this. No more of this. Thank you very much. Yeah, but great episode. It really made me very emotional. A lot of good action. Um, and and again for the Baroque's works, just how scary these people can be out in the world. And, I think that's also a good thing to take in life, right? You can set out on this adventure, but you have to be aware that there are people really dangerous out there.
Yeah.
And you can't always prepare for that, but you have to be ready to face it.
Yep. Yep. Um. Yeah. So, to piggyback off of a couple things, yeah, the foreshadowing. There was a lot of that. Especially seeing when they're going to interweave these concepts. Like I had to make the like some of the things that I noticed that I like saw like after we watched the first 3 episodes yesterday, that I was just seeing like on Twitter, like something I didn't even think about was in episode 2 with
Mhm.
Laboon and Luffy, and someone was just like, oh my god, he's doing the dance, and I'm just like, oh wow, yeah, that's that
Wait,
dance.
his little
Yeah,
sun dance?
Yeah, like that's actually kind of
Hold on, you gotta run
crazy.
it back. Hold on, run it back. I gotta see. I gotta see. I gotta see. I gotta see.
Oh, yeah, like with him and Laboon, and I was like, I didn't even recognize that when he was singing to Laboon. Let's see, should be like around here. No, yeah, right there. So let me put it to the screen. Yeah, like yeah, him doing a portion of like the Nika dance, and some people was like, yo, like the Leonardo DiCaprio meme and whatnot. So there was that. Then of course, like I said, like some liberties that they're taking with like what they did to Mr. 8 and how they packed him up, since he's supposed to be around for a long time in the manga. Like he's not even dead in the manga, so in the manga and anime. So they're taking some liberties with the characters. I saw some people saying that they're not liking more so how they are like giving off any type of romantic moments or can be perceived as romantic moments between Luffy and Vivi, because there is none.
They are. There's romantic tension between them because I'm not picking
and
that up.
yeah, in the live action with a couple of the shots, and I mean even in this episode, the way that it could be interpreted, the way that they were looking at each other. That's what people are, yeah, what they're putting down, and what they're picking up. People is just like they're like not liking that. And on the flip side, where people are just like, it's funny because I see that people said they weren't liking some of the romantic parts that are at least like what the live action is trying to imply for Luffy and Vivi
romance in this thing?
versus with so and on that flip side, people were also noticing but liking that they're wondering if there's like a connection between Nami and Vivi. So I thought that was kind of funny, seeing the reactions on the communities and how they're perceiving these things and whatnot.
When I point out when I say gay whenever something happens with another woman and Nami, that's because by pop culture osmosis and looking from around the corner, I'm always catching that thread on Twitter or tweets on Twitter where people are like, no, Nami's always been a girl's girl, and then they just show a bunch of examples with her with other women and just how she reacts or how they react with her. That's what I'm picking up on. But even that, I'm just like watching the live action. Only see it because I'm also queer, but I also don't really see it. I don't really see any romantic anything with anyone. I see Sanji trying, but Sanji tries with all the girls. So
yeah, Sanji is this he's the hopeless romantic of the entire Straw Hats. There is no like romance per se between, I guess you say, the majority of like the cast itself in general. I mean there are characters in the very near future who are beyond infatuated with Luffy. One in particular that people are waiting to get cast, but she is so far away from what will be adapted. So like we're well away from that. But that was just some of the conversations online that I was seeing that people were constantly talking about. But yeah, in terms of the episode was done really well. The Giants, the acting, I thought that was done really well. Some people really don't like Inaki's acting for Luffy, and I can and it's more so a lot of people. I can understand some of these people sometimes,
like Cutie Baby Sweetie Pie,
because like what a lot of people have a hard time wrapping their heads around is that Luffy is a character that especially when like this is literally how Luffy acts, right, at all times, and Luffy if Luffy was in real life, a lot of people would be like, well, this is cringe. And people have gotten too infatuated with the word cringe and use it for everything and anything. There is a lot of people just online itself that are just like, yeah, guys, I don't really see the appeal, and because they want to be anime supremacists, right? Where
But isn't
the
he?
anime,
But even in watching the first episode, he's a lively, animated guy. He's
yeah,
very friendly and smiley and loud and boisterous and hyperactive.
yeah,
Even just watching that first episode, I'm just like, I got who the character was. Honestly, I think people just don't want anyone to be lighthearted and have whimsy in their souls. Like,
like it's more so when you have the anime supremacists and some manga supremacists that are just like, why is this the medium that I like in this other form that no one could do it better than the anime, no one could do it better than the manga, and then you have the live action people saying that, yeah, the this was done better in the live action than the anime. Like you got a new crop of people, the people who are live action supremacists now, and all three of these groups are just fighting with each other over what is going to be like the superior take, because mainly because people are going to also take Oda's words as gospel. Like if it's in the live action, Oda has given his blessings, and so people are now using it as like a revisionist history type of thing, saying that, oh, if this is what Oda wants now, like this is the way he wanted to go, because he's like, for writing the series for so many years, 28 years, there's bound to be some things that he would like to have changed, and the live action gives him that liberty to change it. So you're gonna get people who are just going to argue for the sake of arguing and not let people enjoy um the medium for what it is. Like there's people who are just going to love the manga and that's it. There are people who are only going to watch the anime, do not give two shits about the manga or the live action. And then there's people who are only going to watch the live action and that's it. They don't really care about the manga or the anime. But the fact of the matter is, you get all these types of people giving their opinions online, and a lot of them are just bad faith actors, to be honest, at the end of the day. Like I said, Luffy, if you're looking at Luffy in real life, right, people have now attached the word cringe to anything and everything, right, to be something that they particularly don't like. And I'm just like, this is legitimately how Luffy would be acting in a live action series. This is how Luffy acts in the anime. So, and this is how Luffy acts in the manga. So I'm just like, is Luffy just cringe? Period. Like, for like
no,
because
I think it's a wider issue that we have not only in this instance, um, but even in real life. You can't dance, you can't smile, you can't express yourself in niche or interesting ways. Like I'm only thinking about it because you and I have talked again offline, how, and there's this conversation that's going on widely for everything, that it just seems like these last couple generations just don't want people expressing themselves in fun ways because they feel uncomfortable doing it. And then I think about when we were kids, like running around yelling and throwing stuff and playing outside, and even as we grow up, and even for myself, like you can catch me with my headphones on fucking doing a whole concert outside,
mhm.
like, and people find that cringe, and enjoying myself, enjoying the day, or doing a little dance, because I'm happy. Or like even in our comment section, right, when I get overly emotional about something, or something just touches me deeply and I have like a reaction to it, it's like, you're doing too much. It's just like,
Yeah.
no, I'm doing exactly what my body wants to do. I'm not doing, I know when I'm doing too much, and I can tell you when I'm doing too much, but it literally is, you can't have any form of, you have to be like
Yeah.
that all the time. So it
Boring.
really is true. Like when I think
Yeah.
of Luffy, I'm like, I'm on an occasion like him. Like I said, I like to live my life going, what's this? what's this? Check that out. That's so cool. Let's do a little bit. Like, what can I do to make you smile, make you happy, or what can I do to make you understand that tomorrow's a new day and it's gonna be okay? But I also grew up around very hyperactive kids where, yes, it is annoying, but this is a real life person. These are real life instances, and like now no one wants that. No, it's like, no, you're just uncomfortable expressing yourself and being free. So when you see someone free, it's like what I said about Bonnie. When you see someone being free and being their full self and being true to themselves, it's like, oh, it's cringe. He's doing too much. Like, maybe you're not doing enough. Bitch, you're not living in whimsy. And that's sad for you. Sing a little song. Do a little dance. Shut the fuck up. Live your life.
Yeah.
Like, everyone is so sour. Everyone is so fucking sour. Like, just look at this man. Maybe he's a teenager. I don't know. But, like, how are you not taking...
like 22.
Well, like, yeah. How are you not taking inspiration and finding your heart grow 10 sizes big because he's so amazed by the world, because he loves his friends so much, because he has a goal, like, and he's comfortable expressing who he is. Like, I don't know,
Yeah.
man.
Nah.
Too many sour Sallies. Too
Yeah,
many sour
like
Sallies in the world.
I can understand it from people who have never seen One Piece before and are coming into this series blind, and they're just like, yeah, you know what, this isn't for them. That's fine. It's the people who have been watching One Piece, who have been reading One Piece for years upon years, and they're just like, yeah, I don't think this is the right actor. I think it's cringe, and I'm just like, so.
I'm starting to think that's a bit.
Yeah, I not even. I mean, I don't even think it's even that. It's just these people just don't want to see live action anything.
So
like
don't watch it. Turn it off. Go to bed.
Yeah,
Take it
and that is just what it's like come down to. Like I said, there's a lot of people who read the manga that do not even want the anime, right? Like there's there. I mean, but there's people like that all over. You think about people who yeah.
Yeah, even in the comic books, even in comic book spaces, in book spaces, it is very book purist, but in media purist. And I'm not like that. I'm very much just like, yeah, an adaptation, but how good is the adaptation? Like, I shit on the X-Men movies because they are objectively not great. They're not, and the MCU in a lot of spaces isn't great. But also, I know a lot of comics aren't fucking great.
Yeah, and that's
but it's a
that's
go ahead,
pretty
go
much
ahead.
what we have with One Piece itself, like where you're having a lot of manga and anime peeps that are just like objectively the live action is not great. And that's pretty much what is the contention point going on. Like, and people are gonna get enjoyment out of it. You know, obviously it's gonna get rave reviews and stuff like that, like overall. But it's just one of those things that I've seen like the community cause I was wondering how long would it take the community. I mean, right now everyone's thirsting over Nami, aka Emily Rudd, right? That's literally and this is a complete 180 from season 1 where there people are throwing dirt on her name, and now all of a sudden, you know, you see a couple you see her boobs in episode what 2 or 3 was it last episode? I forgot which episode it was. And all of a sudden, oh my god, yo, Emily Rudd, we on like we up because people are now saying that, oh, the way that she when the weather was changing and whatnot, that's because that's how Nami dresses post time skip. So, and people are doing like ridiculous edits of her on Twitter for how Nami's supposed to look post time skip, and like enlarging her breasts in photos and whatnot. So I'm just like, yeah, you got a lot of bad faith actors going on right now. So it's like either they're thirsting over you know, Nami and Robin, and then of course Zoro and Luffy for when they're shirtless and whatnot, because that's coming soon, especially from what the trailers we've seen. And then like there are some fair criticisms like for Zoro's character, not Zoro's character, for Sanji's character, where Sanji, this is a completely different take on Sanji. compared to the manga and the anime. It's this Sanji is extremely toned down from what his manga and anime character is, especially because he's not wearing suits, he's not smoking. There is no more like there's no quips that he does when it comes to any girl. So this is pretty much a completely different character, but they're trying to keep the bickering with Zoro, which is a bit more in the live action than I remember in the anime, because they're bickering a lot between the two of them. I mean, they do, but it's there's that Sanji covering up his face more of the time too. This is a whole different take on Sanji. So there's gonna be a lot more differences as we continue to go on. But I mean, so far, to me, to you, I mean, we've been enjoying it, and that's honestly what counts, like, at the end of the day. So is it enjoyable?
Yeah, and I definitely have to say this episode was the most Xena Hercules episode. Early 90s, mid 90s fantasy TV show. I've seen like dinosaurs, giants, a jungle. I'm just like, I don't know, even not being a fan of One Piece, just the way that this show is crafted brings a sense of nostalgia to me for just how grand fantasy used to be in television and in movies. And I think that's also an issue that we've lost a lot of that in the last 20 years. Just the colors, the expressions, the crazy ridiculousness. Like, yeah, and I don't know, maybe these generations don't really know how to appreciate it except for on a surface level to be like, I think that this is better than that. And I think I'm the all knowledgeable on this thing without actually having any reference to it. That's snooty assholes in a lot of these spaces. I also do blame how media has crafted itself over the last couple years. Like I said, one of the biggest issues, again, with comic book adaptations, live action comic book adaptations, that they lost their color, they lost their grandness, they lost their ridiculousness from page to screen. That the people who produce a lot of that stuff don't value the thing that they're adapting. They want to make it more grounded in reality and more real. So it's got to be darker, moody, broody. And sometimes it works, but being as old as I am, consuming as much media as I've had from all over the world, from all different decades, it really has done complete damage to the way people engage and view anything like this. And again, I can't compare it to the anime. I can't compare it to the manga. Again, live action only. So I'm also looking at it as a wider production, clothing, set design, character design, the way the characters interact with each other, uh, what are the story threads? Like I'm trying to look at it as a whole and finding a really beautiful and great things to pull from this. Yeah, just again, think there are a lot of sour sallies with bad faith takes who just want to argue with people because they don't know how to enjoy things or not enjoy things without making it other people's problem.
Well, the discussion is only going to rage on as more and more episodes come out and more seasons for the live action come out. But I guess with that said, folks, we will catch you guys for episode 5 coming soon. So stay tuned. You already know. Houses.